And then you have the collaboration piece. Now you're talking about commitment and accountability. When it's hard for me to hold you accountable when you're not committed. And when you are committed, I need to have accountability structures in place that support you, that help you, that push you to the next level, that build you up instead of tearing you down, intentionally, right? And it was never me. It was always through those teams that we raised 20 percentage points in 3 different areas in 1 year, or that we were top 15 worst in the state and became successful in 3 years, or that we were a D and raised to a B in 1 year and kept it for 4 years thereafter for the first time in school history, right? And these are different places. Or that we were able to lead a school out of state takeover. Or in another instance where we prepared a school for state takeover. Connection, empowerment, collaboration. It's never one person. It's always with the team. And when we keep that ahead of us as the leader, or as leaders, because all educators are leaders, all students are capable. It's the motto that drives us. And we should aspire. And when you talk about aspire, I aspire, first of all, to believe. Belief is fundamental to play on teams succeed. I aspire to better myself daily, to positively influence others, and to keep a good attitude with all my earthly sisters and brothers. I aspire to be the person that many people can't, humble and self-reliant, feet solidly planted. I aspire to uplift humanity in some form, to remain optimistic, well beyond the norm. I aspire to do right, even if deemed wrong, to be a soldier of honor, though the hours seem long. I aspire to use every little gift that's been given by thee to be the master of thy faith, writer of thy destiny. I aspire to be a good example for those we lead so they can push and grow through the earth like a well-rooted seed. Aspire so much, right? Thank you. So, with that being said, I want to tell you a little bit about the framework. And 3 Sense Leadership Framework for empowering school communities. We've already talked about the connection piece. We talked about empowerment. We talked about collaboration, and we're going to continue to talk about them, but we've mentioned them, right? But we want to always lead through instructional, cultural, and organizational leadership framework. And although I'm Joe, I often speak through the lens of Jim. That's J-I-M, because we're talking about the journey. We're talking about day to day, what type of work we're putting into our instructional practices, what type of meetings we're having in our professional learning communities, whether they're data and instructional focused, not we going off on tangents. All of that matters because now you're looking at the intentionality, because it becomes purposeful now. When you have that driving force, you're riding on the journey, you're pushing toward goals, you have an intentional place that you want to go or goals that you want to reach, and that shapes your mindset, right? That shapes your mindset to be able to be strong through it all, to be able to commit to the practice and be able to implement those strategies that are going to push you, your teachers, and your students to greater and next levels.